Okay, so for today's lesson, we're talking about problems, solving problems involving conversions with measurement. There's a whole bunch of abbreviations that you should know already, like inches is IN, feet is FT, etc. You should know also some common things, such as like 12 inches, I think everybody knows, is equal to 1 foot. And then if you've got 3 feet, that's equivalent to 1 yard. There's a whole bunch of other ones, maybe not as common knowledge, but there are 5,280 feet in a mile. That one's not as common, but the first two for sure. But for the most part, anything that you need to do conversion-wise on the Regents, you're going to have some sort of conversion chart with you. This chart that we give you is nothing that has to be memorized. Just you need to be able to use it to figure out if I'm going from inches to centimeters, what do I do? If I'm going from Celsius to Fahrenheit, what do I do? Okay, and that's all the homework is going to be, as well as these notes. So converting 9.8 inches into centimeters, it says what I need to do is multiply my 9.8 by 2.54. Doesn't say anything about rounding, so you're not going to, and the answer comes out to be 24.892 centimeters. Let's take a look at number 2. Convert 12 miles into kilometers. Well, back on the chart, it tells you that you're going to have to multiply the miles by 1.61, and then you're going to get 19.32 kilometers. Number 3, the Granger family is driving around Sakhalin, Canada. They stop and put 45 liters of gas into the car. Determine the number of gallons they put into the car. Well, in terms of changing liters into gallons, it says to take the liters and multiply that by 0.26, and that gives you 11.7 gallons. During the ride, this is the Granger family still, the thermometer in the car said the temperature was 15 degrees. Knowing Celsius is the unit used in Canada for temperature, what's the Fahrenheit equivalent? Well, it says to convert Celsius to Fahrenheit, you need to multiply the Celsius temperature times 9/5 and then add it by 32. So 15 times 9/5 ends up being 27. 27 plus 32 is 59 degrees Fahrenheit. When it gets to problems like 5, 6, and 7, there's a lot of ways you can do this, but proportions is probably the easiest way. So I'm going to use this in terms of proportions. We know that 1 pound is 16 ounces. Convert 64 ounces into pounds. Well, I know 1 pound is to 16 ounces. Therefore, X pounds is to 64 ounces. When you do your proportions, make sure you're consistent with what unit of measure is in which position. So cross multiply, 16x equals 64. Divide both sides by 16 and x equals 4. In this case, it's 4 pounds. Number 5, 3 feet equals a yard. Convert 42 feet into yards. Well, for 3 feet, which is 1 yard, then I got to find out that 42 feet is how many yards? Cross multiply, 3x equals 42. Divide both sides by 3, and x equals 14 yards. This last one, a pint equals 2 cups, a quart equals 2 pints. Get 20 cups into quarts. So I'm going to deal with the fact that 1 pint is to 2 cups. Well, I've got 20 cups equals how many pints? Cross multiply, 2x equals 20, x equals 10, and these are pints. So now I'm trying to figure out, okay, well, how many quarts is that going to be? And I know that 1 quart is to 2 pints, and I've got 10 pints, so how many quarts do I want? Cross multiply again, 2x equals 10, and x equals 5 quarts. All right, so that is all that you guys need to do. Your homework should be a piece of cake. All right.